Welcome back to the Sheffield United career mode here on FIFA 23. We're not that far away actually from finishing the season in Season 1 already. With Manchester City in the FA Cup to start today, which we will actually play. Then we'll sim Chelsea and play West Ham and Newcastle United in the remainder of the month of March. And then only a couple of episodes away from beginning Season 2 and diving into that first transfer window in the new year, where we expect Sander Berge to leave, because in the meantime he'll probably have been confirmed as a Burnley player, and we'll also be looking to sign Austin Trusty as well. Waiting to see what else happens with Sheffield United in real life over the next few days. There may be more predetermined transfers we need to look to make in the upcoming transfer window over the summer, but for now, the side are performing to an extent. We find ourselves relatively comfortable in the Premier League. Relatively comfortable being 11 points from the drop, actually. So, yeah, pretty comfortable in the Premier League. Dare I say it, 8 points from Europe. Although Newcastle do have a game in hand. Dare I say it? I mean, I said it, but whether there's any hope in hell of it happening or not, I've absolutely no idea. We start with Manchester City at Bramall Lane, which we're trying to turn back into a fortress, because it definitely hasn't been this season. But it is Manchester City. We've lost against them in the 2 sims we've done in the league, but as it's the FA Cup, we will play this one against one of the big 6 and see how it goes. Erling Haaland to score 5, perhaps. Drop the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's just see how many we lose by, shall we? Manchester City line up with traditional cup goalkeeper Stefan Ortega between the sticks. The outfield, however, pretty strong. Akanji and Sergio Gomez, perhaps the only 2 that you wouldn't expect to see in there. Maybe Julian Alvarez on the right and Grealish rather than Foden. But certainly still a particularly strong Manchester City side. Not only that, a side that is better than us in every position by a margin. Actually, maybe Max Lowe is on par with Gomez at left back. Other than that, they're better than me everywhere. So wish us luck here. It could be classic. Oh, God. What was that? It could... Oh, that's a foul. It could be classic FIFA, where you catch City on the counter-attack and win 3 or 4-0 unrealistically. Or it could be, weirdly, also classic FIFA, where they just absolutely smash you. Not too dissimilar. Oh, what a save. How I just smashed Erling Haaland. But Erling's drawn a very good save out of West Foderingham, utilising the physicality of the big Norwegian early doors, and that is a top-class save from the keeper to keep Man City out. Dinkit looking for McBurney, who it would have found quite comfortably. AKPOM brings it down, and oh, it is a free kick for us. I thought for a minute it hit his hand. It didn't. Right, who can take free kicks? Because I have a free kick taker. We certainly don't. 60 free kick accuracy is the best of anyone, so Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will be the man to take the set piece. Can he give Sheffield United a 1-0 lead in the FA Cup? First time we've had any sort of attack, and Stefan Ortega is right equal to it. Lovely little flick. Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez, well blocked. Rodri, Orlan, De Bruyne. What can he do? When Kevin De Bruyne decides that he wants to put it top bins on his weak foot from outside the box, you just got to go with it. That's one of the best goals scored against us so far this season, I think. First touch, out of his feet. And, yeah, stop that. Actually, wasn't right in the top corner, but was struck at such pace that it was past the keeper before he knew anything about it. Egan down the line. Bogle. And Chamberlain. Look at the run of CHUBA AKPOM. Can he beat Akanji? Yes, he can. CHUBA AKPOM yet to score a goal, and Sheffield United shirt. That has changed, and what a time to do it. Sheffield United 1, Manchester City 1. CHUBA AKPOM's first goal for the club levels up against the treble winners in the FA Cup round of 16. Well, it might be worth the wait if it's an important goal, or if it now kickstarts his Sheffield United career. I certainly hope so. We're level. Come on, Hosic, we'll try and do something before the half. I tell you what. CHUBA AKPOM's in again. And Akanji's with him for a second time. CHUBA AKPOM misses the target. He's pulled the shot. He could have been a real hero with a brace in the first half. Unfortunately, he's not that hero yet. Cancelo into Julian Alvarez. Oh, tried to step there and knock him off his stride. They've taken the advantage. Erling will get into the middle. Oh, come on! He's offside, I think. Correct. Jack Grealish is offside. It was a ridiculous move. And the vision is superb to see the free man there every time. Back heel and De Bruyne's vision. To be fair, he could have shot. He's only just offside, but offside he is there, Jackie. Sorry, pal. No winning goal for City yet, but here comes Phil Foden for Julian Alvarez. And Rodri. Oh, Erling. No! Oh, it's still going to go in! Erling Haaland with a really strong effort. It hits the keeper's arm, and there's such shot power on it, he can't keep it out. It was on his right foot as well. Weaker side for him, but... Oh, he's tried his best, Wes. But his best isn't good enough. CHUBA AKPOM. Oh, what an interception. That's certainly sealed it then. I was hoping we could play that through ball. I've got 2 minutes. Fotheringham pumps it forward but doesn't find a teammate. We're going out of the FA Cup at the round of 16 stage. We fought valiantly against Manchester City. But unfortunately, in the end, they just had too much quality. It is only season 1, so we shouldn't expect to be winning games like that. And to have been as close as we have been is decent. But one step too far, too soon, unfortunately for us. Next up, Chelsea in the Premier League, which will be a sim. QPR 1, Wolves 0 is a shock in there. Norwich 3, West Ham 1 is another. Norwich top of the Championship at the moment. Stoke beat Luton on penalties, even though Luton are a Premier League side, it's not a massive shock, to be completely honest. Those that were curious, I can show you the Championship table to see who's doing what in that level with those Premier Leagues. What? Oh. Well, this is another case of the game not being good enough. Without restarting the save or anything, before the City game, I checked the table because someone in live chat asked me. Norwich were top. We've played City, and now Norwich are 10th. That needs to be addressed for future iterations of the game because that's just not good enough. Simulations of other leagues need to be continued rather than just random when you go to the other leagues tab because that's just stupid. Really, really stupid. I hope that's sorted for FC24, but it's not something I've heard the devs talk about. Fucking hell. Alright, Chelsea away. Chelsea with a fairly decent side. Not massively impressive, if we're honest. Conor Gallagher still in their starting lineup. Berenguer on the wing. It's not overly impressive. And CHUBA AKPOM has immediately found the back of the net inside 6 minutes. Have we finally unlocked the goal-scoring capabilities in our new striker? Potentially so. He's certainly seeming like I can't use him in the build-up because his passing is just atrocious. It's the worst passer of a football I have ever used on FIFA, including 35 rated players. He just can't do it. So I might actually end up having to switch around my tactics with my front two to try and get CHUBA AKPOM to just run in behind rather than be involved in the build-up play. But if that is what we need to do to get him firing, then that is what we will do to get him firing. 1-0 up at Stamford Bridge in the 25th minute with a corner that unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to come of anything this time around. Defending for our lives here, and it's going to get us the win. Bodies being thrown in front of the ball. You see how Chelsea dominated possession and chance creation. But ultimately, we're the ones that get the victory by a 1-0. That is a shock 3 points for us. Now with West Ham at home, we'll try and keep ourselves going if we possibly can. Just accept that bid for Scott to go to Sporting for 2 years on loan. Let's see what we can do at home against the Hammers. We played against them at the London Stadium not too long ago. Koulibaly, I am open to loaning, but not a loan to buy. Koulibaly, the player that has grown well, had certainly a job to do with us, and they don't want to loan him unless they can buy him at the end of that loan. That's fine. Koulibaly's grown relatively well, up to 70 rated now, and certainly was good, but obviously not as good as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain or Vinny Souza. Okay, what was the score last time we played West Ham? Did we draw with them or did we lose? Where are you, Hammers? Was it really that long ago? Well, it was the second episode of the Premier League season. We lost by 2-0. Okay, well, payback time. West Ham line up with Alphonse Areola between the sticks. Emerson, Ogbonna, Keira, Aguerd and Cresswell, the back five. Paqueta and Souček are next to each other in the midfield. Jared Bowen, Juanmi and Nikola Vlasic, who West Ham have just sold, I believe, in real life, up top for them. Got Danny Ings on the bench. Gianluca Scamacca, who was very good for us in the Southampton save we were doing on the second channel. Slightly changed CHUBA AKPOM's in-game instructions for this one to see if I can get a little bit more out of him by just sending him in behind rather than trying to use him in the build-up. I am probably going to need McBurney to drop a bit if that is the case. But if McBurney's dropped a bit, he's not going to be in the middle to get in the end of crosses like that, is he? So I'm not yet sure what I'm going to do. I might go 5-2-1-2 and have two players in the middle and then a cam to try and interlink between the midfield and the front line. That said, I could always just send one of the midfielders further forward. This is eventually going to fall for Ollie McBurney. He's going to have to use a lot of strength there, but Chamberlain surely can't miss from here. Well, apparently he can. CHUBA won't though. Oh, we really have finally unlocked CHUBA AKPOM. What an acrobatic reactionary finish. That is unbelievable from CHUBA. Use him as just a finisher. He is banging. Try and use him in any sort of build-up play. He won't do it for you. CHUBA AKPOM with a third goal in a row in terms of games. Oxlade-Chamberlain should have finished, but that's pretty decent from CHUBA AKPOM. Good first touch. And then the finish, very impressive. Paqueta finds Vlasic. Lovely first touch. Nikola Vlasic, one-on-one. Fotheringham with a save. And low away. I'll try and nod this back to the keeper. I can't because I haven't won the header. Thomas Souček destroys everybody aerially, but can't beat the keeper. Wes Fotheringham called on again. Lucas Paqueta to deliver the corner. It comes in, it's decent. Ahmed Hozic does beat Souček in the air. This will fall for Thilo Keira and Paqueta's offside. 20 minutes in, it's all action, but it's still 1-0 United. Sheffield United. Juanmi. Oh, it's a lovely through ball. And Vlasic finds the space. Oh, Jared Bowen on his right foot. Can't find the space in between the two goalposts. Really poorly dragged that a long way wide. And Berger's in quite a bit of space here. And if CHUBA can make me a run. Oh, it's lovely footwork from Sander Berger, who has pretty much now been confirmed as going to Burnley. AKPOM. McBurney. Again. Oh! Destructive finish into the top corner. Let's go! Ollie McBurney makes it 2-0 to Sheffield United. And finally, after battering and battering and battering on the door, we find a second way through. Souček. Bowen. Oh, it's going to reach Paqueta. 2-1. West Ham have a lifeline. Fortuitous in the way that it fell to Paqueta. The defender stuck a toe out, but couldn't stop it from flying past and finding Paqueta. Oh, at full stretch there, but not quite full stretch enough, unfortunately. And West Ham have one back. Lucas Paqueta may not be a West Ham player much longer in real life, but he's still playing for the Hammers here and still bagging goals. Burnley 1, Arsenal 0 at half-time. That'd be a shock result. Burnley have also been a side that have adjusted to Premier League football quite well in this save. Luton have not, but I don't know as anyone's really that surprised about that. I'm actually surprised, genuinely, how strong we've been at Sheffield United in this first year at this level. Definitely didn't expect to have, alright CHUBA, to have as strong a first season as we have done. Really thought the relegation would be a bit more of a concern for us, but pleased, delighted, and every other superlative you can imagine to be as comfortable in the mid-table as we are. And hopefully it gives us the chance to challenge for top half and maybe more next season in typical FIFA career mode fashion as opposed to realistic or football manager fashion. You certainly can go from recently promoted side to European challenger within the space of 2 or 3 seasons. And I have a feeling we might do that with Sheffield United in this save with the right additions in the summer. Although losing Sander Berge is going to be a blow. But there are plenty of players that we can replace him with that, Sheffield United probably don't stand the chance of signing in real life, whereas in virtual terms we can kind of take our pick, really. We'll try and keep it as realistic as possible, but still, we have a little bit more leeway. 2-1 up still here at Bramall Lane, and continually looking to get 3 points again. And we'll have a keen look at the Premier League table before the end of the episode, before the next game even, to see if maybe the chance of Europe might be a thing this year, but certainly you expect those top sides to keep their run of form going better than we do between now and the end of the season. We do still have a lot of the big sides left to play as well. Manchester United, Arsenal and Liverpool and Spurs, I think, all still remaining in our final 9 Premier League games. So maybe I'm getting a little bit too carried away. We'll wait and see. Got to make sure we win this one first. Robinson, too low. Berger. Well, but Bernie's on his own there. Turns out my Bernie can't pass that well either. Give me that. Well in, Max Lowe. And then getting away too. He's on the run. Oh, Ollie McBurney from here, surely. Just as Erling Haaland's effort was too strong for the goalkeeper in the first game, Ollie McBurney's effort too strong for Alphonse Areola in this one. We lead by 3-1 here, all made by the brilliant run of Max Lowe. And then an excellent through ball. Ollie McBurney with his 16 goals now, I believe, in the Premier League this season, which is a fantastic return in our first year in this competition. Thrilled that we've been able to get one of Sheffield United's favourite players to really fire properly in this division. And he'll be hopefully growing with us well throughout the course of the next couple of seasons, Ollie McBurney. No chance of him getting replaced anytime soon. We'll use Sander Berge. Then look for AKPOM through that gap. And CHUBA AKPOM makes it 4. It's going to be our biggest win of the season so far at home against West Ham. Is that a sign of how far we've come as a side? Very early game in the Premier League in the middle of September, and we lost by 2-0. Now in the middle of March, 6 months later, we're smashing them by 4-1. The Sheffield United side are finding their feet in the Premier League, aren't they? And CHUBA AKPOM is certainly now firing very well indeed. Lucas Paqueta with a free kick for West Ham. We showed our vulnerabilities from set pieces in the game against City, but no such issues this time around. Vlasic knocks it back, but that's game. Our biggest win of the season by 4-1 at home against West Ham United. And West Ham weren't bad in that game at all either. They certainly were competitive, but we'll be thrilled with the result. Arsenal turn it round against Burnley as well to win by 2-1 at Turf Moor. So I believe we are still then the best of the 3 promoted sides. Players like John Fleck and Ollie Norwood unfortunately just aren't quite good enough at this stage. And they're ageing out at the top end of their careers as well when young players like Koulibaly, etc. are coming through. All about hard work though, and we have been working hard to get to grips with this Sheffield United side, and everything seems to be falling into place for us at the minute. In the Premier League we are 11th now with 9 games to go on 41 points and only 6 points behind Newcastle in 6th. Albeit a number of sides above us have games in hand, and we have a number of those teams above us yet to play as well, but it's Newcastle next. Florin Tassane is not as good as previously we thought he might be, so we'll remove him from the shortlist, unfortunately. Newcastle United, Nick Pope in goal, a 4-3-3 for them. Giovanni Di Lorenzo at right back, Botman, Byrne and Target. Joelinton, Tonali and Bruno, with Miguel Almiron, Isak and Harvey Barnes as the front 3. So Di Lorenzo, I believe, is the only new signing for them in this save so far, but to be fair, their squad is certainly good enough to not need, or their 11 is certainly good enough to not need that many acquisitions. Thought we'd go with the old red and white stripe versus black and white stripe to give the old Tyne Weir derby feel. Might be a little bit awkward for some eyes, but we'll deal with it. Out wide to Jayden Bogle. Oh my god, CHUBA AKPOM played an accurate pass. Can you believe it? Oxlade-Chamberlain mullered by Dan Burn. That was only ever going to end one way. Brilliant tackle by Vinny Souza. Bogle inside to the Ox. Here's Sander Berge. Through there is CHUBA AKPOM, and around the corner it's Jayden Bogle. Little dink looking for... Oh, can't quite get there with Ollie McBurney. CHUBA AKPOM with 4 goals in his last 3 games. He's in a bit of a hot streak right now. Nice little 1-2. Ollie McBurney's there in the middle. Low. It'll fall. It's over. But only because Sven Botman was in the way from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's attempted effort on goal. The Ox with the ball in. It'll be the first time Ollie McBurney had scored a goal with a header from a similar sort of range. Vinny Souza! Well held by Nick Pope. And Robinson. See him? Oh, not him. Or him. Him. Go on, Chuba, you're in, son. AKPOM! He's on fire! He's red hot right now, CHUBA AKPOM. We lead again. It's Newcastle United that are this time's victims. And CHUBA is on the score sheet once more. That's 5 goals in 4 games for him now. Lovely touch to take it past the defender. And on his right foot finds the bottom corner. Up the blades. Isak. Oh, he's in control of the wrong man and a run away. Harvey Barnes squares it. And in the way, the keeper. And then flattens the man in the middle. That might have been a penalty, actually. Harvey Barnes will take the throw. Bruno Guimaraes into Alexander Isak. Oh, good strike. Well saved again, and we'll clear it. Sanderberger's going to be underneath. Whew. Newcastle trying to get themselves back level, but no luck so far. And actually, if I can play CHUBA AKPOM in again, we might. Maybe. Oh, have another one ourselves. But good interception by Dan Burn. Isak. Oh, he's in. Good save. If he'd have just squared that, his teammate was just waiting for a simple 5-yard tap-in. Bruno Guimaraes. West Fotheringham in again. Surely, I need to see it again because it was such a good chance. Oh, look at this. Oh, just a little dink to the left, pal. A little knock to the left. And that is 1-1. Unbelievable. You understand why the striker would take it on. Always backing his own ability, but sometimes, even though if you fancy yourself to be able to put the chance away, there's an obvious, simple tap-in for someone else. You've got to be unselfish and square it. Di Lorenzo out-muscled. Oh, but that's going to bobble free. Still, danger, but now the whistle should go. Around the corner, using the runner low again. He's got the pace. See him calling for it out here, Jack Robinson. Tuck that back to low again. And look through there for McBurney. Here he is. Ollie McBurney. Hey! Ollie McBurney at it again. It's 2-0. We've got both strikers firing red hot. Red and white hot. Here for Sheffield United now at the end of this season. We're on a hell of a run of form. Boos around St James's Park, as they may well be disappointed with their team's exploits today. This is going to close us up on Newcastle United in the league. Are we making a late push for Europe? Maybe. Runners all around him. That's a lovely ball. That's an unbelievable ball by Bruno. Isak scuffed the effort in the end. First touch wasn't quite what was needed. Brilliant ball over the top though. Excellent vision. And the run of Isak was superbly executed as well. Very nearly a way back into the game for Newcastle there. That touch wasn't great from Max Lowe either. Got some changes in the offing. Waiting to come in, as Martin Tyler would say. Hopefully, it won't be long before we have Peter Drury on the game. I know we're getting a couple of other new commentators next year. Guy Mowbray, I think it was, that's in there as well as Sue Smith. So it'd be great to have some new commentators on FIFA. Not that we personally use them in our career modes on YouTube, but be good for you guys. Bogle. Oh, I thought I'd try and catch the keeper out and go for the near post, but Nick Pope was not to be caught out. Di Lorenzo. Willock. Joe Willock doing well. It's a corner for Newcastle in stoppage time. Nick Pope is up. Sandro Tonali with the corner. It's headed towards Nick Pope, who elects not to try and attack it. Harvey Barnes brings it down. He could go for goal here. Botman. Willock. It still might fall in a position for a Newcastle man to shoot. It hasn't, and will clear it, and that will be that. Game over. Our form has turned again. Not only that, but with CHUBA AKPOM now matching Ollie McBurney for goals scored, we've really stepped it up a notch here with Sheffield United in this Premier League run-in. City beat Burnley, Forest beat Bournemouth, Liverpool beat Villa. I'm not sure what the table looks like at the moment, but we are creeping up it. We are into 10th. We really are creeping up it. Birakan is 70 rated. That is a no from me. Kelleher, he's 75. Positioning is poor though, but he might be worth a look. I've got him on the shortlist. Potential for a replacement. 72 for Mike Cooper, who's now at Luton. We won't say yes to him. But we are looking for a West Foderingham replacement next season. Koulibaly is going to go out on loan now for a year to Hoffenheim, was it? It is indeed. 12 months for Hoffenheim. That'll go through at the beginning of next season. Hopefully Koulibaly can come back after a solid year's loan spell in Germany and be very, very good indeed for us in season 3. Certainly he could come back and be a squad player, that's for sure. You never know, we might even recall him earlier on than waiting a whole year for that loan spell to go through. So we're in 10th now, and we are only 3 points behind Newcastle in 7th. And that's a Europa Conference League spot. Yes, they have a game in hand. So do Crystal Palace. Oh, but we're challenging for a European spot. We settled ourselves in the Premier League and have pushed on and improved as the season has gone on. Bournemouth and Luton still absolutely nowhere. And Brentford still the side in 18th, although they do have a couple of games in hand and it's continually very tight down there. Burnley seem to be slipping. We've Manchester United at the beginning of the next episode, so we will be simulating Man United, playing Palace, simulating Liverpool, playing Villa, simming Spurs, and playing Fulham. In fact, we'll play Palace, Villa, and maybe Spurs, and then we'll have Fulham, Arsenal, and Burnley as the final episode of the season. Well, some big games left in our 8 remaining fixtures, but some of those games are against sides that we could catch for European football. It would be a remarkable first season if we're able to do that. Thank you very much for watching, though. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Another one coming tomorrow as ever, and I'll see you then.